Okay, now we're going to export our effect plugin, so let's open that project. And I'm just going to quickly check that we've got everything set up in here. So there's the name. I'm just going to capitalize the A. I'm going to do the bundle identifier and the plugin code. I'm just going to quickly scroll through here. Enable VST3 support. We can set a VST3 category. It doesn't matter too much. I will select spatial for this one. I'm going to set up my company details. So if you want to compile your project with IPP enabled, you need to check this box that says use IPP. And if you want to export with FFTW, then in this box here where it says extra definitions Linux, you need to write audio FFT underscore FFTW3 equals 1. And if you're not using either FFTW or IPP, then you don't have to put anything in this box, and you need to make sure this box is left unchecked. So nice and simple, and then just hit save. Okay, we added this waveform generator for testing. We can delete that now. We could leave it in here and it wouldn't really make a difference to the exported plugin, but we're going to delete it just to simplify things. I'm just going to save this project. One thing you can do with your Scriptnode networks to make them more efficient is you can compile them to a DLL. And this compilation process is similar to compiling the project itself. Now you can't compile all networks. It depends on what nodes you're using and if you have certain external data and stuff like that. And HISE will tell you if you try and compile a network that is uncompilable. I think it shows it in like a red highlight. But we can compile this one because it's nice and simple, so I'm going to show you how to do that. But you don't have to compile it. It's up to you. However, compiling it will generally make it run more efficiently and use less CPU, so it's a good idea to compile it if you can. You do have to compile the network separately for each operating system. So the first thing to do is to select the outer node and click this button here to open the node properties and just make sure allow compilation is enabled. And for a reverb style effect like we've created, you want to make sure has tail is enabled. So what this does is it lets HISE know that the effect might produce a signal when the input is silent. For example, with a reverb or delay type of effect, where the sound continues even after the input has stopped. So now that we've done that, we're just going to click the save button to save the network. And now we can go to the export menu and come down here where it says compile DSP networks as DLL. So now we can compile our networks. We only have one in this instance, but it shows us the name here of the network that's going to be compiled. And if you had multiple networks, they'll all be compiled together and bundled into a single DLL. And we can choose if we want to do a debug build or a release build, and this needs to match whatever your project compilation is going to be. So if you're going to compile your project as a debug, then you need to compile your networks as a debug as well. We're going to compile the project as a release build, so I'll leave this on release as well, and click OK. So it says it's created a batch file for us in the build folder. Do we want it to open the location? We'll click OK. I think it's going to open my web browser again. Let's see. Yeah, it does. So that should be the file browser, so we'll just copy this and paste it into the file browser. I'm just going to close out of HISE there. Let's go to the top level here, so it's taken us to the project folder, and it's gone into the DSP networks folder, into the binaries folder, and here we have something that looks very similar to what we saw when we compiled our instrument project. So we have an auto-generated juicer file, and again we have the batch compile Linux file. So let's run this in a terminal. And this won't take very long, the networks tend to be quite quick to compile. Okay, and that's our network compiled. If we go into the DLL folder, we can see the network has been compiled to this library file. So this can be embedded in our plugin when we export it. Okay, let's open HISE again. And we'll open the project. So now what we need to do is replace our script effect here with the compiled version. So let's unlock the module tree, and I'm going to add it before the analyzer, so I'll right click on the analyzer, and we're going to select hard-coded master effects. And now from this drop down that says no network, we can select Aeris, which is our compiled network, and we can see the two parameters here, the two knobs that we added. And we could also, if we were editing our Scriptnode network, If I just click anywhere, it doesn't really matter. If we click project now, we can actually see our network is a node that can be added into the project. So you could add this entire network into another network if you wanted to. So we can remove the script effects, we don't need that now. We're going to use the hard-coded effect instead, so we'll go to our interface, so we just need to connect up the knobs here. And the same for the reverb. And let's just test that it works. And let's save the project again. So the only downside with using the hard-coded master effect is we now can't edit our network. So if you wanted to make some change to the network, you'd have to re-add the script effect, load in the network file, and then you can make your changes, recompile it, and reload it in the hard-coded effect. Okay, and now we're ready to export the plugin. So just like for the instrument, I'm going to go to the export menu, but instead of selecting export as instrument, I'm going to select this one, export as effects plugin. We'll leave it on VST, click OK. Click OK, and again it should open the file browser, but it's opening my web browser, so I'll paste this into the file browser. So it takes us to the project's binaries folder, and we can close HISE. So at this stage it's exactly the same as compiling the instrument plugin. So we'll open a terminal, we'll drop the batch file in here, and we'll just let it run. Okay, and that's the compilation finished. As with the instrument project, we'll find the plugin file in the builds folder, Linux makefile, build, and here it is, the VST3, and it should have been copied to the VST3 folder in our home directory, and it has. In a later video, I'm going to show you the plugin running inside a DAW along with our violin instrument. So that's it for this video. Head over to the next one and I'll see you there.